For the next 2 weeks, we're going to go ahead and review addition and subtraction, multiplication and division of decimals that you all have been working on for the last few months. So I'm going to do a quick video of all those operations so that you can work on the worksheets in the last 2 weeks of school. I want you to think of the following video as the whiteboard that I have behind rectangle table in our classroom. All right, addition and subtraction of decimals. We're going to add 13 plus 14 and 2/10 plus 80 and 2/100 plus 1 and 41/100. How do we do that? The first thing we do is line up all of our decimal points to make sure that we have one nice straight line depending on what we have. So our first one, we have our 13 decimal point. I like to stick 2 zeros in there too, just to kind of see to hold the place. Our next one is 14 and 2/10. So we have 14 and 2/10, sticking our 0 in. Our next one is 80 and 2/100. We put our 80, lining that up in the tens columns, our 0 and our ones, our decimal point, a 0 in our tenths, and a 2 in our hundredths, lining up. Our next one is 1 and 41/100. We have nothing in our hundreds spot. We have 1 in our units or our 1 spot, our decimal point, 4/10, and 1/100. So we have everything lined up. So we can easily go ahead and add. 2 plus 1 is 3. 2 plus 4 is 6. We carry our tenths down. I forgot to put the decimal point right there. 3 plus 4 is 7. Plus 1 is 8. And our last column, 8 plus 1 is 10. So our final answer is 108 and 63/100. Let's take a look at subtraction. Here's our subtraction problem. 14 and 789 thousandths minus 12 and 3/10. Let's look how we set that up. So our minuend we put on the top, of course, because it's the minuend, and we simply copy it down. 14 and 789 thousandths, put it on the top. Our next one, our subtrahend, we notice is 12 and 3/10. Again, because we're adding in subtraction, we have to line that decimal point right up so it makes a nice even row in addition and subtraction. So we put our 12 and 3/10 in, and we put our 2 zeros in to hold our place. Now we simply subtract. 9 minus 0 is 9, 8 minus 0 is 8, 7 minus 3 is 4. We bring our decimal point down. 4 minus 2 is 2, and of course 1 minus 1 is 0. I always want you to check. You know I love checking, so let's check. We always check subtraction by addition. 2 and 489 thousandths plus 12 and 3/10. Putting our zeros in, 9 plus 0 is 9, 8 plus 0 is 8, 4 plus 3 is 7. We carry our decimal points down. 2 plus 2 is 4. 1 plus 0 is 1. So our answer with our check is 14 and 789 thousandths. I am happy because my answers check out. Here's a review of multiplication of decimals. 24 and 12/100 times 3 and 1/10. Remember, with multiplication of decimals, we're not lining things up like we would do with addition and subtraction. We're counting spaces and then moving them over. Let's see what I mean. All right, I'm getting ready to move this and set this problem up correctly. I've got 24 and 12/100 times 3 and 1/10. Notice that as I look at my problem and I'm setting it up, I have 2 spaces to the right of the decimal. I started here and I counted 1, 2. So I know in my final answer, I have to have at least 2. Let's take a look at my second factor, 3 and 1/10. Here, I'm moving one space, so I know that I have to have one space as well in my final answer. Before I do any of the multiplication, I knew that I have to move over 3 spaces because in the first factor, I had to move over 2 spaces, and the second factor, I had to move over 1. So I can just forget about the decimal point until I get to my final answer spot. Now, I've just taken this and I wrote this down to the side, move over 3 spaces on my final answer so I'd remember. And I pretty much just got rid of my decimal points because remember, I don't need them until I get to the final answer in multiplication. So I just simply multiplied. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 1 becomes 1. 1 times 4 is 4. And 1 times 2 became 2. I dropped my 0 and held my place because I'm starting from the tens now. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 4 is 12. Put my 2 down, carry my 1. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 more is 7. Now I simply add. 2 plus 0 is 2, 1 plus 6 is 7, 4 plus 3 is 7, 2 plus 2 is 4, and 7 plus 0 is 7. Okay, I'm done. Wait a minute. No, I'm not. What did I forget to do? I forgot to move my decimal point over 3 spaces. Remember how we said we needed 3 spaces? I counted from the right. 1, 2, 3. And my final answer for this multiplication problem became 74 and 772 thousandths. Now we're ready to review the division of decimals. Here's our problem. 1 and 1600ths divided by 2. Let's take a look at how we can set that up. Remember that when we divide decimals, it's different from addition and subtraction, where we have to line the decimals up. In multiplication, we have to count spaces, but in division, we simply bring it up. We have no decimals in our divisor, so we just bring that decimal point up. So now we've put it into a form that we can work with. In this problem, we've just brought our decimal point up. How many 2's go into 1? No, we can't fit any 2 of anything into one thing, so we have 0. How many 2's fit into 11? 5. 5 times 2 is 10. We subtract, carrying down the 1. How many 2's go into 16 because we brought the 6 down? 8 do. 8 times 2 is 16, giving us 0. So our final answer is 58 hundredths. Remember to always check. 58 hundredths times 2. 2 times 8 is 16. Put the 6 down, carry the 1. 2 times 5 is 10, plus 1 more is 11. Remember, in our checking, we'll have 2 spaces that have to go over in our final answer. 116 is not our final answer for checking. We said that we had to go over 2 spaces, 1, 2, which gave us 1 and 1600ths, and our final answer was 1 and 1600ths, which we could check in our beginning division problem. I hope that you've enjoyed learning about adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing decimals. You all have done a fantastic job and you'll do great on the worksheets. Watch this video as many times as you need to remember how to do this work. Yay!